I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day.
It's all about good morning.
Morning,
Morning.
morning,
Morning.
how you doing?
Morning.
Morning,
Morning.
morning, morning,
Morning.
morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the one, the only, the hot ravioli, El Presidente, Julian Nicholas, and I am here with the wonderful Mr. Nessie.
Good morning, Julian. Happy Monday to you.
How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Well, that's good. That's good.
How was your I'll let you keep going, then I'll ask you a question.
All right. We are here. We are also here with our wonderful guest, Mr. Moya.
How are you?
I'm doing fine, and you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Can you please come closer to the microphone?
Yep.
There we go.
Better?
Yep.
Yeah.
So how was your weekend? How was your weekend?
It was good. I mean, it was my birthday on Friday. I didn't actually was able to come, so I went out on Thursday night.
Happy birthday.
Oh,
Nice.
thank you. So, hey, how are you? That's my student.
And now she's going to be one of the hosts.
Oh, that's nice. So yeah, I mean, this weekend has been quite busy. I mean, I've been doing some things for school. I'm preparing for a trip this Friday.
Trip.
I'm going to Orlando.
Nice.
Nice.
For a
Get ready
week.
for spring
Lucky
break.
you.
Yeah, kind of escaping from the cold weather, which I hate. And I watched a couple of movies, finished watching a TV show, which I will probably be recommending as well at some point. And also doing some stuff for the college that I also work.
Nice.
At college too.
So I teach in both, in two colleges. I teach in Middlesex, it's 20 minutes from here, and Union College. So I have to leave them work while I'm away as well. So
Mm.
The spring breaks don't line up.
yeah, the springs are all going line, but the spring break was 2 weeks ago. It's more like a winter break to be honest because it's cold still. But in college it's easier. You can just leave them something to do and then they will do it. And they kind of like are more used after the COVID.
You hear that, kids? Teacher could leave you work and you'll do it.
They'll do it, but that's college, right? Like,
It is
I will not do that in school. Like, I mean, there's good students, like for example here, but I'd much rather be able to. I much rather have students sitting next to me and or in my class and make sure they do the work. And it's the age, I guess. You know,
Yeah, I get that.
it is what it is, and I don't mind.
Nice.
Nice. Anyway, let's get into the weather.
We'll make it sweet. We'll make it short. Now here for you is the weather report.
Weather, baby. Buenos dias, ladies and gentlemen. We are currently at 30 degrees, but do not worry, do not fret. We'll only reach a high of 53 degrees, and it will be sunny all day long.
Yay, Mondays.
No.
Hey.
How you doing there, Brianna?
I lost my AirPods and I can't find
Oh
it.
no.
Oh no, boo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
I was so inconsiderate.
Shut up, Julian.
Brianna, kick off the announcements.
Okay. Did you know we're also in a podcast? We are on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts. Click the links down below to check us out.
Here is the quote of the day from Miss Morano for Women's History Month.
Come on, Miss Morano, wake up.
Do you need me to read it, sir?
No, she's going to read it.
Nice.
Who's next?
Today is National Medal of Honor Day
Tolkien Reading Day.
and National Lobster Newburg Day. What the heck is a lobster Newburg?
It's a fancy dish.
What is a Tolkien?
Tolkien, J.R.R. Tolkien. He wrote The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
Yeah.
So today's a great day to sit around and read all that.
Don't
You ever
watch
read-
Rings of Power though.
No, not the Rings of Power.
That's a horrible show.
Oh my.
Students, it's never too late to join a club here at New Brunswick High School. Here are the clubs meeting today.
Today there is a facility meeting for teachers, and there will be no club meetings today.
Well, I just got hoodwinked. Chromebooks can be serviced or replaced daily during the following times from 9 to 10 a.m. to 1 to 2 p.m. Ask your teacher for a pass or go to their setup near the main staircase.
This is it. This is the big week. The Mac and Cheese Off is coming live on this program on Wednesday morning. So attention faculty and staff, if you want to participate, and let's find out who makes the best macaroni and cheese here at New Brunswick High School, all you need to do is submit 5 cups of your best mac and cheese to me, Mr. Nessie, on Tuesday, tomorrow, by 3 o'clock, so we can have it ready to go on Wednesday's morning show. Are you excited?
Yes, extremely.
Do we have a test?
No, you have it tomorrow.
I mean, that's better than that day.
It's a short week, so I have to get ready for my trip.
And here's a word from your New Brunswick High School Student Council.
Do you want to make your high school memorable?
Do you want to participate in the pep rallies, come up with ideas for the pep rally, create themes for Spirit Week?
If it sounds like something you're interested in, then look no further and come join the Student Council.
Student Council is a committee where students gather and discuss ongoing events in the school.
We're in charge of Candygrams, Spirit Week, pep rallies, and more.
For more information, visit our website, nbstudentcouncil.com,
and our Instagram at nbhs.stuco. That's nbhs.stuco.
It's more than a committee, it's a family.
What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing
You're listening to the Zebra Podcast Network, your school, your voice.
Welcome to Peer to Peer, a podcast where everyone is invited to join the conversation.
We're your hosts, students from New Brunswick High School Peer Leadership, and we're here to share our journeys with you.
From triumphs to challenges, we'll dive deep into our experiences both inside and outside the classroom.
We believe that everyone has the potential to be a leader, and through our stories, we hope to inspire you to find your own path.
Subscribe now and join us on this journey of reflection, growth, and leadership development.
This is Peer to Peer, where your story matters.
This is Peer to Peer, where your story matters.
This is Peer to Peer, where your story matters.
This is Peer to Peer, where your story matters.
This is Peer to Peer, where your story matters.
This is Peer to Peer, where your story matters.
Sazon Latino podcast hosted by Hispanic Culture Club. So if you guys have free time or don't have anything to do, I suggest you take a listen to our podcast, Sazon Latino, where we talk about a range of different things from culture to community to different types of ways to get involved here at the high school. So I would definitely suggest that you give it a listen either on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, or the zebrapodcastnetwork.com/Sazon Latino.
Seniors, the class of 2024 quarterly invites you, yes, you, to the senior prom. There will be a night of enchantment on May 24th, 2024. The prom will take place from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. past my bedtime at the Marigold in Somerset, New Jersey.
Prom bids. From March 18th to the 28th, it will cost you
$70.
From April 8th to the 19th, it will cost you $80. April 22 to May 2nd will cost you $90. All paperwork must be submitted at the time of purchase. Bids can be purchased in D311 or B313 during advisory and before and after school. Cash only.
I mean, $20 for prom would be a steal.
Did you get your ticket yet?
I've been got it, yeah.
Nice. Good job.
Six Flags trips, Six Flags Great Adventure, Friday, May 3rd, 2024, from 8:30 a.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. $60 includes meal, drinks, and snacks. Permission slips available at D311. must meet all the following requirements.
You got to have a minimum GPA of 2.0.
Whoa.
You must have 90 credits. You must have successfully passed your graduation assessment or be on track to complete your portfolio. You cannot have any SSDS or EVVRS write-ups last year or this year. You must have less than 10 write-ups this school year and less than 18 absences for this school year.
I'm all clear.
King Dakar, here we come.
Yeah, baby.
Do you have another favorite ride by chance?
Again, I haven't been there since I was 7 years old.
Oh,
So, yeah, over it.
hey, you'll now be tall enough to ride those rides.
Hey!
The old one over there. I don't remember the name. Yellow one. Because I've been there a couple of times. I don't remember the name. One is the Mind Buster, I think. Del Toro. That one is good.
That's good. Happy birthday. Send us your birthday shout outs. Armani, happy birthday, Dominican boy.
And happy belated birthday again to Mr. Moya.
Happy belated birthday.
They're free. Speaking of something that may or may not be free, Zero merchandise.
Definitely not free.
Okay, good to know. We got shirts, we got hoodies, we got sweatshirts, we got thermoses, we got pants. We even got stickers for both Zebra Morning Show and Sazon Latino, and hopefully soon, peer-to-peer. Scan that cute little dino code, and we do not get funding or pay from this.
It's a nice thing we can do for you.
Yep.
Too many people running around without shirts.
Oh.
Can you put context onto that?
Submit your announcements. Tell us how, Bree. Anna.
You can submit your announcements by visiting our website, zebrapodcastnetwork.com. Submit something on our Google form or even send us a voicemail.
And now the Zebra Sports Desk.
He really stepped on you there. Good morning, Zebras. Hey, we got sports coming up this week. This Wednesday, the boys' golf team opens their spring season against Calvary Christian on the road at some golf course somewhere. I don't have any more information than that. Coming up on April 1st, that's next Monday, spring season opens up for everybody else. Baseball is on the road at Carteret at 10 a.m. Softball will be at home 10 a.m. behind the high school against the Lady Jags of Somerset Tech. And the boys volleyball team will be home against North Plainfield at 11:15 a.m. Come out the day after Easter and support your Zebras. Football is looking for players for the 2024 season. No experience is necessary. The coaches and players can teach you what you need to know. All you have to do is visit the weight room after school Monday through Thursdays for more information. See Coach Glahusky and tell him we sent you. We don't get any commission. And a basketball announcement. Congratulations to senior Omari Williams. He was named to the 2023-24 All-White Division team. Congratulations, Omari, for all your hard work this season on the basketball court. That's it for sports.
Go Zebras! Go Zebras indeed!
You're listening to the Zebra Podcast Network. Your school, your voice.
Hello there, Adrian.
Hello, Julian. You seem energetic today.
When haven't I?
Well, I don't know.
Exactly.
Anyways, hello.
Hello.
Would you like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Julian. That's Mr. Nessie. This is Brianna.
my bad.
And this is Mr. Moya. And you're Adrian.
Yes. Hello, both of you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
He said nice to meet you, Adrian.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice to meet you too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it is Maestro Monday. It is a blue day. Okay, it is a blue day.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Moyer, before I really ask the questions, I know this is kind of late, and I noticed your shirt. How do you feel about the passing of Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball?
Well, in my room, you can find a whole tribute. Here, Brianna, probably. And every morning, I put a few things in my room. I've been watching Dragon Ball since I was 8. And I've watched and I played some of the video games that Akira was part of, like Chrono Trigger. um, Doctor Slump, and of course I have the mangas from sad, especially because he was a very independent but very passive sort of writer. He didn't expose himself, and it's as it is in America and around the world because of that, because of Dragon Ball. And the interesting thing is that he never actually came to America. We have had Masako Nozawa here, we have had Horikawa here, the voices of Goku and Vegeta from Japan. I met them actually, and but Akira never wanted to come. I mean, he was never into making it as big as it is. I always say in other podcasts that those franchises are like in dumpster fire, but Dragon Ball could be as big as it is or bigger than it is uh, with the funding of Disney. But I don't want Disney to mess up with that because, of course, they are messing up with their franchises. But if you go to Comic Cons, like I go every year, at least two or three, Dragon Ball, One Piece are right now on top. And it's amazing because it's a Japanese brand. But again, it was written by just one person, Akira, right? You could say that Akira Toriyama was the Stanley of Japan. At this point, I will say that his legacy is probably going to be bigger.
All right. Now, who is your favorite character from Dragon Ball and why?
It changes at the beginning. Of course, we all love Goku, but as we keep watching the show, we start liking some other characters like Vegeta, Piccolo, um, some of the enemies. I enjoy a lot the character arc of Frieza and Cell. Um, from the latest characters, I would say Beerus is very interesting, like the whole idea of God destruction and the lore. Um, and when you start analyzing where these ideas Akira took from Japanese, from samurai, from other stories, even yeah, he even took ideas from Star Wars, to be honest, to kind of merge everything into these different arcs, space operas that we have seen, for example, in the Broly movie, right? Oh, by the way, Broly, Dragon Ball Super, not Dragon Ball Z. It's also an interesting character. And lately, especially if you read, maybe nobody, but I keep reading the manga every month. But the last development of Gohan was amazing. Fighting his own dad in his beast form and kind of going and exchange blows like that. That can, if you do some power scaling, destroy the whole multiverse. That's kind of interesting. So that's another reason why I go too much into it because there's a lot of things that you can look in Dragon Ball and you can kind of compare to other franchises.
Okay.
Um, which Dragon Ball show was your favorite, and how do
Uh,
you feel about the new one coming out?
The original Dragon Ball probably is the best in terms of. I have a friend on YouTube, Geekdom 101. He plays Dragon Ball every Saturday on Twitch, and we watch two or three episodes in Japanese. And he has the best quality of the like he had access to the best quality for for those episodes. And I will say after rewatching again, I will say that the story arcs, the character arcs in Dragon Ball the original series was probably the best. There I will say Dragon Ball Z and Super. Now with Super it started very wonky. No, the animation wasn't as good, but then it became better. And the last two story arcs I'm talking about, not just a tournament of power, I'm talking about the Moro arc in the manga. And I will say the superhero arc had been very interesting. Um, it's never gonna be like the original because one of the reasons I always say this when I'm in a podcast or in with friends is that the power scaling has gone off the charts, right? Especially if you watch Dragon Ball Heroes, which is also interesting. But you're talking about characters who can basically sneeze a universe at this point. So and sometimes you see them. eh, the power scaling is not linear. So what you see in one arc, you may not see in another arc. Doesn't mean that they forgot how to do it. It's just that they cannot be destroying the universe every time they fight. I always tell that to people, and it happens also in comics. It even works. It works in comics. You see Superman doing something in one comic, and the next comic he's being beaten by Darkseid or by Brainiac, right? Or Batman fighting against Darkseid, which doesn't make any sense, right? But it is what it is right now. The characters or whoever is writing when you write the story, you get all these ideas, and then sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it just breaks the power scale or breaks the story. But I think Dragon Ball actually has kept it because it's been just one person writing it, and now with Toyotaro, right? Sakira Toriyama, Toyotaro, and sometimes Toei doing their own thing, but it's one group doing, and they all know what's going on. Not like different writers. They don't have too many cooks in the kitchen. I guess
Alright.
that's the main thing. Yeah.
Um, what inspired you to work at New Brunswick High School?
So I always like the idea of teaching, especially high school or college level. Before New Brunswick, I was teaching at Orange High School. Uh, but because I moved just recently, like last year, I decided it would be a good idea to kind of look for another school bigger with a high Hispanic population where I will actually be able to help bilingual students, which is what I'm doing right now as well. Um, and also after coming to this school and other schools during like June, July for the interviews, I realized this school was the one where I wanted to teach. Yeah.
Um, I would like to like personal question. What is your second favorite anime close to Dragon Ball Z?
I like soccer, so one of my favorite animes that you guys probably haven't heard of from the 80s is Captain Tsubasa. It's a soccer anime. But if you were to ask me about a current one, I would say I don't know if Avatar can be considered an anime. I think that's more like an American.
It could be considered as an
It,
anime,
it could be considered an anime, right? Yeah. So Avatar, I will say that Netflix show is okay, I guess. I don't really. I'm not into One Piece. I'm not into Naruto. Sorry, but I think those ones kind of throw the ball. One Punch Man is interesting. Um, and then from the old ones, Evangelion, which I'm pretty sure you guys haven't heard of, but it's an old anime. Cowboy Bebop, Death Note, Samurai X.
All right.
Good one.
What inspired you to become a teacher?
When I was in college, I was working in physics laboratories, developing labs, doing research, working with the students. And from that moment, I started my teaching career. Tutorials, what we call them over there, laboratory sessions. And from there, when I was doing my grad school in Canada, I started teaching classes, like physics classes, small ones. As a grad student, you cannot really teach a whole, like, you cannot a professor, but you're more like an assistant. And then I came to America just a few 2016. Yeah. And I started working at private school, teaching mostly AP physics, AP calculus. Then I went to college, and after a few years, I got the license to start teaching in public school. That's when I went to Orange. So it's been like an evolution of my character arc, you can call it. I've been going from college to high school, from to private school, then to public school, and now I'm teaching both. And teaching in both gives you a good perspective of education and what the students need.
My final question is: who is or was your major advocate or motivator?
My parents, I will say, like the reason I migrated from my home was because of my parents, my mom, my dad, their support. I always tell students it's very important to have the support of your family. With my sibling, my brother, I only have one brother. My aunt, my uncle back home, um, friends that I had in college, and then a few teachers I have had in Australia when I did my undergrad, some in Canada, like my supervisor of my project. Like they have all given me insights, and they have all given me this motivation to keep going and to actually achieve my best. But if you were to ask me who are my main drivers, would be my parents for sure.
Okay. For our final question, what advice would you give to students to those who don't have you as a teacher?
Um, I always say make sure you communicate with the people that you care of. It can be friends, it can be family, it can be a teacher that you trust. Make sure that if you're having any issues in school or even at home, make sure that you always reach to someone that can listen to you. It can be a counselor, it can be even a vice principal that you trust. It's always good to ventilate and not ventilate, to talk about not necessarily a personal issue, even if it's an issue with your grades. It's always good to have another opinion and somebody that can give you advice on what to do and how to adjust or how to address an issue that you have. I feel like one of the issues is when you just hide yourself in social media, which is another issue that we're having nowadays, right? Um, just staying there and thinking that that's real war. And I've told this in class: social media is nice, you can have fun, but it's not real war. Yeah, you're gonna find a lot of toxicity there. So real life is out there. Is your family, your friends, your teachers. Reach to them, talk to them, and I'm pretty sure that could be one of the best forms of advice I could give. And I think it will help a lot of students, not just in New Brunswick, I think in general, at any age.
Well, thank you, Mr. Moya, for such a lovely interview on Maestro Monday.
Yep.
And yeah, see you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Zebra Morning Show. Please tell a friend to help spread the word. Word of mouth is the best way to help us grow. Be sure to follow us on social media. We're on X, Instagram, and Threads at Zebra Podcast Net. Visit our website at zebrapodcastnetwork.com where you can learn about joining us. And don't forget to send us your announcements and shout-outs. Have a great day, Zebra Nation.
Read some good Tolkien, ladies. Bye-bye.